Okay, so I know y'all in y'all dreams, y'all like, Heavenly Father, what is going on? Like, how is these people got access to my dreams and they trying to feed me food? I know a lot of you guys, I'm telling you, I cannot make this up. A lot of them are coming in to give you offers, and how they giving you offers is they're trying to feed you food, in different categories, within your dream. You got certain people, just positioned, in the area of your dream, trying to feed you food. And those are offers. Those are dirty offers. So if you guys are witnessing that, deny the offer. Sometimes when I'm caught in the key word as a way of clearing out, this person, in my energy, clearing out everything in my energy. I would say clear, when things happen like that. Because when you're caught off guard and you in this conscious state, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You caught off guard. If you don't say nothing, you would took the offer. If you just ignore it, you just took the offer. And you waking up to, things is haywire in your life. And you try to figure out what happened, but you got to understand that was a real offer that you just took in your dream. And these are people coming, energy vampires that you cut off, and they now see that without your energy connected to them, they nothing. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with you. They feel the difference with you when you unplug from them. They can feel the difference. So they're coming back. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I was feeling for like 2 days now. At first I was like, you know what? I'm decreeing, I'm declaring. And then it's like, now the second time, it ain't gonna be the same old, leave. It's gonna be a whole nother eruption. Because I asked you specifically to stop trying to come in the dream trying to give dirty offers. Nobody ain't accepting that. Nobody accepting your dirty offer. Ma'am, sir. We're going to need you to get it together and move forward and keep it pushing away from us. We know where to find each and every last one of y'all if that was the case, but that's not. The disconnect was for a reason. Folks still don't understand that. They still trying to slick their way back in by trying to send you dirty offers to trying to feed you in a dream. A witch, a warlock. Thinking that you slick like the Most High didn't put you on game, to the trickery that happened in the spiritual realm. Remember, we wisdom up. Remember, we wised up to everything. That little trickeries that they was doing in the past that was working because we really didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what that meant. We thought we were just having a barbecue in our dream. We didn't understand that feast was initiation and it was accepting an offer with a bunch of witches and warlocks that's celebrating in the barbecue. We didn't know about that. We didn't know what was that about. All we knew was it was a bunch of bar mitzvahs, a bunch of celebrations of feasts and festivals, but folks were eating and you was there and you didn't know. You didn't know what that was taking place, but you didn't understand that it was initiation going on. It was dirty offers going on. It was arrangements. It was swapping. All type of ordeals going on, and you just sitting at the table just eating with some people. This was happening in your dream. You see how the adversary try to catch you off guard, try to make something so innocent, but it's really a big deal behind it. It's a trap behind it that you don't have no knowledge of. You like, man, this is what is the harm in this? But you didn't understand that you just accepted something that you didn't know. You really didn't. It's really against spiritual laws because it's really manipulation. Because you really didn't give consent to that. You really got bamboozled and tricked into something that you didn't know. But that's still not a pass. Because the Most High say, you have to do your research. You got to seek for knowledge. The Bible say that knowledge should be your first love. Period. Your knowledge should be your first love. You should be like, man, the first thing that I put in my whole category, my whole life is knowledge. Seeking wisdom, knowledge, understanding of what's taking place so that I know what's going on. I'm talking about in my unconscious state. When I am conscious, I need to know everything because this devil, he's coming at all angles to try to trap you. It's a real thing. He got me with that for a while. And the Most High was like, man, I don't know if she ever gonna wake up. And I ain't just ate some fish or something. And then the Most High, before that dream even happened, the Most High told me to fast. Because if I would have fasted, I wouldn't even been initiating of even acknowledging any food in my dream at all. Because I was not on that. But I didn't know. I'm like, this is a dream. It ain't no dream, that's real. Most of your negotiations and initiations and contracts and all this, it happens in your dreams before it even start manifesting in the physical realm. Who telling us this? Who's wising us up to this? Why we gotta find this out the hard way? Why is nobody preaching to us or we knowing this? They don't want you to know this. They want you to continue on falling into this trap. Easy access to you. You thinking you disconnecting. They like, I don't think you understand how I could just come in and I could come out. Doing this way though. It's a specific way that they got going on that they doing it. And it's been in your dreams. Those initiations, those contracts, those dirty offers, them destiny swapping and identity swapping and trying to steal this and trying to steal that. That's all happening, within your dreams. Within your dreams. And you just sitting there just in a bliss, just, thinking that, there ain't nothing to this. But it's everything to that. That's why you got to go in, you got to be alert. You got to be like a drill sergeant in your dream. Who is you? Me, I be dead asleep and I be checking folks. Who are you? Are you supposed to be here? And I be asking, my spiritual staff who, to read this, and I be calling on folks. You know what I'm saying? As if you going into an event and then you like security. I was like that in my dreams. I don't play no games with these witches coming in there trying to slick under the rug these contracts and these deals, and all of a sudden you connected to a witch, you connected to a warlock that's pulling and tugging on your energy. You drain all day, you trying to figure out what's going on, not in knowledge to the fact that you're sharing your energy, you're sharing your era and your frequency levels with a witch, with a warlock that you consent to in your dream without you understanding what had taken place when you was at that barbecue, when you was at that wedding, when you was at a so-called family member house or a friend house. That wasn't your family, that wasn't your friends. Those were witches and warlocks that you was associating with, that you was breaking bread with, that you was sitting around with. If you having dreams and you constantly going to people's house, or you talking amongst a group in your dreams, or you out and about, always with somebody in your dream, that's not what you think it is. Or you find that you getting married in a dream. Come on. You don't understand what is taking place right now in your dream. This is the biggest scandal that this adversary, he does on God's people when he's trying to violate and break spiritual laws to us. But without you understanding this truth, you destroy it for lack of knowledge. He could get away with this. He could get away with this murder. Now you trying to figure out. Because you can sense someone going in and out of your energy. We are sensitive to energy. We know when something's up. We know when something is trying to attach itself or even there in our energy. We understand that. And you don't understand the access that you have given when they're trying to do this in a dream. And I feel like then this is so evil and this is so messed up because you could easily get caught off guard. It's easy. You just dreaming, you just sleep, and you just going to different little skits or whatever. Folks is popping up, you here, you there. You can't control all that. But you gotta master how to control your dreams. Like who's supposed to be in your dream. You gotta control what's going on in your dream. You gotta master that. And you'll start getting so good at it to where you just do it, as it's normal. You will start getting to the point where it's like it comes natural to you. To where it's not like, you trying to do it. You mastered how to control it. We have to, because you got folks literally obsessed with you. You got folks that can't find, their way in life without you, without your energy, without your source of supply. They can't go forward. They feel in their head, they can't go forward. And they can't just leave you alone. No, they feeling they can't. So you have to start creating boundaries. You got to start, being that drill sergeant in every realm. Because I'm telling you, if they can't get to you in this realm, they'll try to get to you in other realms. There's many realms. Y'all know it's the dreamland. It's a physical land. That, realm. That it's a spiritual, realm that has many different, levels to it. So you gotta understand how to control every last one of it, because you got followers everywhere. It's crazy because the same thing that you're going through in one realm, you having that same problem in all other realms. It's no different. I just want people to understand that. You literally got obsessed people in different realms that are trying to attach themselves, basically doing the same thing to you, as if all you want is privacy. You want to be left alone. If you didn't give consent to this, if you didn't give consent to that, that's how it should. You should have that authority to put it as it is so, right? Why are you fighting for what you gave no consent to? But I'm here to tell you, divine ones, this stuff is happening in other realms too. Ask me how I know. Because the Most High allowed me to see it. He allowed me to see it. He said, yeah, this is going on over here too with you. I need you to understand that. So now you see how you have to stand 10 toes as you did in this realm. You got to do that in these other realms too. Especially in the dream realm. Because they there. All them offers trying to, the food and the drinks and, you could come to my house and you can, all I'm saying? All that. These are these blood-sucking vampires, these parasites that just got to be around you, got to be connected to you. They can't see their life without you. Like disconnecting and they disconnecting from you and not having that supply is a big problem. They don't mind risking their whole entire life trying to get connected to you again. It's not a problem to them. It's not a waste of time. Us be like, man, you just wasted your time. To them, it's like that. No, that's not. That's a good investment. I don't see no problem into that. Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be that security in every realm that you're in, that you're manifested in. You have to be that security. You got to create boundaries because people are overly held, held over heels about you. Like on a level of they can't control themselves. For real. I'm serious. I can't be. Yeah. Yeah, you would think like you not a, you ain't nobody to be stocked or, to be held on this type of a degree, but you are. Folks is really they're getting sick. Like you're making them sick, the fact that you disconnect from them. They trying everything to get back in cahoots with your energy. I woke up to I ain't too proud to beg. Temptations, that was ringing in my energy. I ain't too proud to beg. It just kept on, getting louder and louder. I was like, who is this? Somebody ain't too proud to beg. Like, what are you begging for, ma'am, sir? You need to really go and get some help for real. This is getting out of control. Talking about ain't too proud to beg. I'm talking about the whole song was just recorded over and over and over in my energy. Like, these folks is crazy. They letting you know that I ain't even too proud to beg. Like, I ain't proud to do anything. I ain't too proud, whatever it take. You know what I'm saying? To get back connected to you. I'm willing to take that risk. This is what they going off of. I'm serious. I'm trying not to laugh because this is just out of control. This is sick, man. I never thought it would come down to this. I really didn't. We really got to start setting up some boundaries. I'm serious. Yeah, it's like, and it's so much stuff that you make them feel like, but they can't even resist not being around you or connected to you. After all that, how you trigger them and you make them feel, they're still obsessed, with your energy. They're still obsessed with you, and they can't just move on. They can't move on. They can't move on. You got to be the one that draw that line in the sand. And it's sick. It's sick. Because the way they was coming in the dream, the Most High vividly allowed me to see it. It was constantly, as I kept clearing it, they constantly was one after another, to the point where, what I'm saying, I just got really mad, and I just really just smoked up the whole, dream. I just smoked the whole dream, like just heavy smoke everywhere. That's how mad I got, because I just can't believe what leaves someone alone. They don't want to accept this dirty offer. What do you not get? No one wants that. It gets to the point where, they taking you out of, yourself to make you deal with them in this aggressive, just this way. Because they bringing the worst out of you. It's like, will you not accept it? I'm not trying to degrade you. I'm not trying to say something I'm not supposed to say, but no. I'm sorry, no. No, I do not. I want no parts in that. No, I don't. I don't want you connected to me. I don't want, do no due diligence with you. None of that. Oh, well, we just gonna have to try to figure out how to manipulate that. Like, go, I underheard you, but we gonna try to figure out how to get around that. This is how they think it. It's sick. Or you got all these, parasites rumbling around like gremlins, trying to figure out how they gonna get around and get back connected to you. Yeah, even your kids. You really gotta protect your kids. You really. Because if they can't get to you, they're gonna try to get to whoever that's close to you. Whoever that is connected to you, they trying to get connected to them so they can get close to you. So you got to put boundaries, and you got to let people know, man, I don't have no due diligence with these people over here. So if you do have, contact with these people, they're going to use you to get to me. So I'm probably going to I can't have nothing to do with you either. Because I got to protect myself. I got to keep myself safe. So if you want to, deal with them, go right ahead. I'm not changing your mind to where, I'm trying to manipulate you or trying to convince you that this person is this person is that. This is my decision. So if you're still dealing with this person or this whatever, I'm going to have to disconnect from you. Just to protect myself. Because I know how they're going to use you, of course. They're going to use you to get to me. I mean, it's obvious. It's common sense. We've seen that in every movie. If we want to visually, who doing that? How you know that? That's in every setup. That's in every plot twist of someone that can't have access to this. They're going to go to the next person that's connected to that. And this is what they trying to do. You're going to have all type of people popping up. And these are these people that's doing this in your dreams. I'm telling you. They're going to start manifesting. They're going to start popping up where you at. You're going to be like, man, I ain't never seen her in this grocery store. I ain't never seen him in this grocery store. I ain't never seen him over here. I ain't never seen her over there. I ain't never seen these relatives or people, places or things pop up. Why all of a sudden, everything popping up that I already denied. I already had denied. I already rejected. It couldn't be my manifestation. It got to be something else. Yeah, they're trying to actually even do heavy witchcraft to try to get you in a connection with, these people again. They're trying to work black magic on you to see, if that's going to work to connect so that you guys can connect again. And it's not, because you already said no. You already denied it. You already rejected it. It's a no. It will always be a no. And it's no bad blood once again. It's just a decision that a person make. When you're dealing with narcissists, they don't go by, when a person responds and they don't like they don't like the response of a person, they don't even take in what's actually taking place. They made it in their head, being, psychotic in their head, as if I heard you, but I'm not, that may not be what it actually is. I'm telling you, these people with these mindsets and, the way they take in things that have mental health issues, it's a real problem. The things that they supposed to take in as a person is telling them, they have problems of actually taking in what you said. Somebody said, what type of witchcraft is common? Oh, they'll do love spells. If they're trying to connect back with you, they will do love spells on you. Heavy, over and over again. And y'all know the things that comes along with love spells. They'll actually use somebody to make it seem, I'm talking about in an intimate time, right? And they would make it seem like that person that they're interacting with is you. And they'll be trying to manifest you using a person. It's sick. This is how low these people is. This is how really low these people is. Like, they'll really use another person just to try to put a love spell on you. People are gifted, wicked people are gifted as well. And with a person who has a gift of, the thought, like their thoughts or whatever, because they say what you think, your thoughts are powerful or whatever. You keep thinking something for a very long time, it could come to fruition. Okay, I'm not downplaying a warlock or a witch when they have their thoughts and they constantly be, doing rituals on their thoughts and stuff like that. That's nothing to be played with. Just like you, if you was to do it, you being, just having the power that the Most High gave you, if you constantly, think about something and then you're doing, the rituals every day to bring that to fruition, it could come to pass. Okay, that's why we got to stay prayed up, because this is what these folks are doing. They're constantly trying to manifest their thoughts by doing rituals every single day. These people be going in the warlock and witch to try to attach their soul back to you. They go in every day. Rituals every day on clockwork, 24/7. They even use people, because it's easier to use people to make it seem like, oh, this person's you. And they can just constantly be, their thoughts and whatever about you can be placed on this person. And then the love spell could get even more stronger. And to it hit you. And then when it came to you, you rejecting it. You returning it back to center. I said, no. You still over there trying to manifest and trying to connect. Didn't I just tell, you know what I'm saying? Then we talking to the Most High. Like, didn't I just tell this person no? You did all that work and then it just to hit and come over here just so I can reject it again. No, sir. No, ma'am. 1,000 times. I don't care how hard you work. No. And they still trying to figure out why. Yeah, and then I'm telling you, if you connect to a parasite, all hell gonna break loose. That's why you say no. That's why we rejecting these dirty offers. Because all hell gonna break. They cursed. These folks is cursed. They ain't blessed. You the blessed one. They know if they could. They know if they connect to you and you, they have access to your life all the way up. All the way up. Everything you touch, bless. Everything you do, bless. If you speak over somebody, that person is blessed. You speak healing over somebody. You speak abundance over somebody. You speak prosperity and everlasting overflows. Hello? That's coming to pass. That's why the adversary do not want us speaking, because that's the most powerful talent and gift that we have is our voice, our tongue. Our tongue is one of the most powerful, gifts that the Most High given us. And guess what? I'm always speaking. I'm speaking over myself. I'm speaking over whatever he told me to speak over. I don't give a dang. I'm speaking. You can't stop me from speaking. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Constantly, every day in my dreams, I'm speaking. I'm a drill sergeant in my dreams, because I'm like security. Because I need to know who you are every time you coming in. I need to know who you are, who you bringing. What is this group? What is y'all carrying? What is y'all trying to give? I need to know everything. And then if I feel as though what it is what it is, oh, you're out. You're out. You are, what do they call it? Hammed up, and you are escorted off the premises right away. You're evading private property. Nobody gave you consent to come over here. We don't know who you is. This must be unfamiliar territory. You must be lost. I don't know. You need to find your way back to where you're supposed to be at. This is what these parasites do. This is what we gotta come to. We gotta come to this type of awakening of what's taking place. Because they feel as though, they're entitled to be connected to you. They feel like some type of entitlement. Yeah, you gotta definitely, if you do, Angel, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, you gotta call them and say, can you be seated at this door? Because you call, you receive. So if you need them to be, seated at the gates or the door, you could call that. Even in your dreams. Because you like, hey, I'm trying to get some sleep. So I'm going to need security at the doors, because I know that since I'm asleep, somebody going to try to come in. If I'm asleep, somebody is going to try to come in. Exactly. But it's time to speak up. Okay? You got to speak up. The Most High gave you a powerful voice. Life and death is in, the power of your tongue. You got to speak up, decreeing, declaring, setting all these boundaries, setting all these, the line. And they going to obey. They have to. They have to. Whether they like it or not, who cares? Because they going to be feeling some type of way when they keep getting denied. But you remember Christ. He denied, he had security at his gates. He denied his mother. His mother tried to come in with some cookies or whatever. And and the security was like, hey, I believe this is your mother Mary. He was like, no, that's not my family. The only people that is coming in these gates is of the Father. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Because that's how they feel. That's how they coming off like Felicia off of Friday. This is how they come across. Don't nobody want to deal with this person. Don't nobody, they just want them out of your way, like away from you. That's what they giving. Like, bye, Felicia. You're coming again. Bye already. Oh, but I was wondering if I can buy all this. I was wondering if I can get this. I was wondering, always want some type of supply. You don't even come in. You know, it's like they don't even come in as if they gonna be a contribution. They come in as a parasite. They don't even come in as of equally, like, oh, let me just be equally with this person. They come in as a serpent. They come in as someone that gonna drain you. Like, as they coming in your energy, you automatically drain. Like, you automatically fed up. Like, your whole energy, you be happy, and then your whole energy is shift into you mad. Like, you upset because you don't want to deal with this person. You're like, man, I got one thing on my head. I got to get these people away from me. Like, period. You said they never try to mess with your relationship or bring up past ones. Well, these are karmics. These are karmics that followed you in every realm and every lifetime that you have. These are these same karmics that will not leave you alone. You like, man, I'm dealing with the same karmics. You know, that's why I posted that video, you know, about we came down here not planned to clear all karmic debt. You clear, you cut. And it's the end. It's the end. Ma'am, sir, you're done. I don't want to hear nothing. We don't need to go into none of that. You're done. This is what we came down here, you know, to do, because, you know, they kept on trying to start this whole thing up again. And what you're on your side, you're losing everything. Every time you're going into this cycle with these parasites, you end up losing. You end up getting, you know, robbed. You end up having to start over from scratch. And then you got to constantly go into spiritual warfare. That's wasting time. For what? I don't even want you even in my life. Why am I constantly going to wars and battles with someone that it shouldn't even be existence in my reality? What are we doing? And you constantly, could you imagine? Every lifetime, you just constantly, no, you're done. This is it. All of y'all. Yeah. Same rodeo. And I bet you that same issue that you're dealing with in this lifetime, it was the same cycling from the last lifetime that you had with this same ex-wife. I don't even have to knock on wood. I know it. It's that same familiar spirit that did you the same way in the past life. And they thought, ooh, yeah, I'm going to do the same thing in this past life because this person will continue to take me back, would accept me. Heck, ooh, I was just about to cuss. Lord God. I was just about to cuss. Because this is what they will try to continue to do. In every lifetime, they would find you specifically to do this to you. Like, they have fun with this. Some of them don't even be wanting to come back. You know what I'm saying? But since you coming back to different realms, you decide that you want to go to. Because remember, you exist in a different realm at the same time. At the same time you're existing in this realm, you existing in several different realms. And it's the same parasites that you have to clear it. You got to clear it. I don't care what you got to go through to clear it. Clear it. Please get these parasites away from you. And when you do that, always have security in every realm with you. You know how they be like, you know, them so-called celebrities, they be like, oh, this person, they talk down on them like, why you got to have security around you? Because they don't want to deal with the people that trying to come and connect with them. They don't want that. They want security there to take care of that. They don't want to keep having to talk to you about the same thing. It's crazy. What do we have to keep talking to you about the same thing for? And you should already know this. You know you ain't supposed to be around this person. I'm talking about restraining orders need to come to pass and to fruition. Some of you guys need to change y'all numbers. You know, change things so that the communication wouldn't even be there. Yeah, the betrayal. Yeah, because I'm telling you guys, it's these past life karmics, you know, that really are, you know, doing this to you guys, to you divine ones, every, you know, lifetime. But then again, the Most High, he gives you, you know, leeway to call it off, because it's so easy to get sucked in to this loop with these karmics. It is, because how destined they are to get in contact, you know, to get connected back with you. You would think that's love. You're like, wow, this person's going way over, you know, and beyond for me. And you know, at first you thought it was cute or something. You thought it was like, oh, he must really love me. Oh, she must really love me. Look at all this that she's going through or he's going through, you know, to get back to me. Not knowing that was a parasite that was going to drain you for your supply, your energy source, so that all hell can drop with you and you can be going through all this hell and chaos in your life while they are receiving blessings when they're cursed and you're blessed. So they will do a destiny swap with you, where they'll take what you have, so then they'll feel as though they blessed, and then they give you what they have, which is cursed. You need to watch these karmics. You do not need to allow them around you or have anything to do with you, because they will swap your identity out and you will be the curse. You would be like the so-called parasite, as they're constantly taking your stuff. They're constantly siphoning everything, and you just sitting there. You don't know what's actually going on, but you don't understand that you're dealing with a parasite. They had an agenda. They knew what they was doing. They knew why they was fighting so hard. They was like, the investment, what I'm getting out of this, I will fight for a lifetime. Exactly. Yeah, I'm speaking of relatives too. They could be karmics too. They could be trying to, you know, fight against you. The number one fighting against you, so that they can reap the benefits off of you. So they can reap everything off of you, drain you to nothing's left. That's why the Most High called you away, you know, from your people, because they will be the one that really take you down, really drain you, and then they would put a spell on you and feel as though that they supposed to, you know, do that, because, you know, it's titlement there. There's a title there, so you know you obligated, like you have to do this. I ain't got to do a dang thing. But it's a spell casting there. Yeah. Father, sister, mother, brother, cousins, aunts, grandparents, everybody, they would drain you. If they parasites, they would constantly, every day, calling you, constantly saying this is needed, that is needed, telling, you know, draining you about all these bad things that's going on in their life. That's an energy vampire. When you telling people and you're projecting everything that's bad that's happening to you, and then, you know, you bringing that on somebody else, that's destiny swapping there. They're taking your energy while they giving you their bad energy of what they going through. Yeah, especially neighbors, you know. My neighbors around here are under investigation. Every last one of these neighbors around here are under investigation. So I don't even worry about it, but they're definitely under investigation. They are definitely being used by the adversary. And they willing to take that risk. That's on them. Because you being watched and you're under investigation, ma'am, sir. So I don't come talking to me. I only want them thinking like on camera that, we cool or something. We ain't cool. I don't allow these people to even talk to me. I go right past. Let them know that we are not letting the investigators know there is nothing. I don't have no type of relationship with these people. I don't know them. I do not know them. They're like, oh, trying to say something to you. I walk right past like stranger danger. Stranger danger. I don't know you. I don't even know where you even came from. So, but yeah, exactly. You got to understand, who you are and what's been taking place for many lifetimes. Stuff was taken back, from a long time ago that you were supposed to clear. You were supposed to clear it. Oh, it's beyond a community. It's beyond a community. Oh, shit, the sunflower. Oh, yeah. I love you. Sunflowers everywhere. Sunflowers everywhere. It brings a beautiful energy, to me. So I always have, sunflowers around me. It don't matter. I have sunflowers around me everywhere. It brings peace, joy, brings a good energy. But a lot of people are involved, in trying to trap you, trying to keep you in a place where they can siphon you. They can siphon your energy so you will be like 24/7 supply at all times. They don't want you, getting away because that's like their supply, getting away. Yeah. And you might even have more than that. You just don't know because your light force is so powerful and your frequency is on a high level that you really don't know how many people that is really, trying to get access to you to siphon your energy. Remember, when you're walking out here, you're picking up, parasites because they can sense your energy and they remember you and they come back to try to siphon it. That's why I was never like a person that like to go out in big crowds. I didn't like, to move around too much. And if I did, I'll enjoy places where it's not too many people around because you pick up parasites. You the mind ones? Yes, ma'am, sir. You guys pick up parasites everywhere y'all go because this high energy in this frequency that you're on. You're going to attract parasites. Period. But then again, it comes into the boundaries. You got to set boundaries. You got to voice and vocalize your authority of how you want to move them around. It's important. I'm talking about in every round because you just don't exist in this round. I got to let you guys know. This is not your only round that you exist. I'm talking about right now. You exist on so many other realms. And you're active. You're active on other realms as well. The same time you here is the same time you in those realms, and the same thing is happening. That's why sometimes you wake up, you feel like, why I feel like I ain't really got no sleep, or why I feel like I am kind of drained. It is because you had a case of the same foolery in a different realm that you just came and you switched into this realm. Same problem. And a lot of you guys not awakened to that, but you will. The Most High will allow you to see. He'll allow you to see other realms that you exist. And it's the same problem. Because you still, you didn't clear it. You still didn't clear. And like I say, it takes some time to clear these parasites, from you. This is not something that you can just, you could do within like a snap. And I'm not talking about just because you separate from them. I'm talking about clear them, from your energy. Because folks can be from across the country and they can still be connected to your energy. Sad, I know. It was a testimony where one lady was basically they had separated or whatever. She separated from her husband or whatever, but he was like writing a report, on her, because she knew when he was getting sick. She knew when he had an injury. She knew, and she's across the world, right? And he's in a whole different, area than this lady. They got divorced. They were separated, but for some reason, she was calling, his relatives, like his brother or his mother, and asks, is so and so okay? And she was like, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, no, I heard that, so and so was sick. Is he okay? And she was like, how do you know that he was sick? And she'll automatically hang up, the phone. And then the second incident, when this person got injured, she would call again and say, hey, is so and so okay? They'll be like, what are you talking about? And you guys still talk or whatever? And this person that their relatives, the person that their relatives were speaking to, they would go back and say, hey, you still speaking to her? You still speaking to him? And the person would say no. And they'd be like, okay, but how did this person know that you're getting sick? When you're getting sick, when you're getting injured, or whatever, that something happening to you, they know. This person still have access to this person's energy. They even know if you moved on. Like if you actually start going into a different relationship, if they're still connected to you, they'll know that you're in a relationship. Because they can actually feel the shift in your energy as you're twining with some other energy. I'm not playing. I am not. That is why it's important to create boundaries. I'm talking about with your energy. Just because you separated, you need to clear the connection of these karmics and these parasites from your energy. Because if they still got access to your energy, they still got access to you, even if you guys separated. Even if you walked away, you still got to make sure that everything is empty out of your energy, from your energy. It should be nobody there but you. Very important. Because these parasites don't even care that, you don't want to actually have nothing to do with them, but they still want access to your energy. Serious. And you been trying to do this for centuries. Been trying to clear them out of your energy. This is what you actually wanted to come back. You've been wanting to constantly come back to clear karma, curse folks from your energy, because it's affecting your energy. You can't go forward with someone cursing your energy because they're cursing you. When you are blessed, you're abundant, you are overflow. There's a drainage because you got all this cursed energy linked to your energy. It's like a toxin. It's like throwing off a bomb, a stink bomb. It stinks. Yep, they would. Through the technology devices, they sure would. If you have not cleared them from your frequency as well, they would try to attach themselves to you as well. And they will actually be cocky and let you know, that they still there. Someone said, how do you separate them from... Oh, I had you need to go to my YouTube channel. I talked about that. Sunflower Infinity. I do videos on basically how to clear, the energies from parasites. And I also, I'm breaking down, I'm actually on the 5th stage of basically what took place according to, TI program. Different stages. We're on stage 4 right now. So if you guys have not known about that, go back and catch up. Because you guys need to know this information. Because the people that sold you out to the program is your karmics. Your karmics. Those are the ones who sacrificed you and sold you out to the TI program. So go back, and watch those videos on my YouTube channel. Because it would make sense. It would all add up to why are you even going through what you're going through? Mm. Because once again, and then it's like a lot of divine ones, you like, okay, but I took the big step. Hold on, you guys. Let me I gotta connect this thing. I was about to say, hurry up. Oh, it just started raining. That's cool. It just started raining. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's beneficial. Wisdom is everything. These parasites and these snakes can't touch you when you got the wisdom and knowledge. It's Sunflower Infinity is on my main page on TikTok. It's at the top, but it says, Sunflower Infinity. So you gotta just go there and watch the stage 1. You also can watch the playbacks of the lives as well. I post up the lives, as well. Those who missed certain sections of the live, you can go back and you can watch the full live, on my YouTube channel as well. And you also can get information on the TI program that these karmics had set you up in, sacrificed you in. Because they knew in this lifetime you were going to try to clear them out. They knew that. So they were like, I'm gonna sacrifice you, because they already knew that you were going to clear them off. You weren't playing. I'm telling you, you didn't come to play in this lifetime. They knew that you were going to end it. You were going to end this stupidity merry-go-round with these clowns. So they was like, you know what? We're just going to they had in their head that they was gonna sacrifice you. They're gonna put you up and try to see if they can get some money. Because they thinking like it has to be some benefit that they have to get from you. You just not gonna leave, and they was already benefiting from you, but since you are going to leave, we still need to be benefiting off of you. So they thinking like, okay, since you disconnect, because you can see a lot of divine ones, they're still going through this program, this TI program. They're not connected with the parasite. They're not connected with the snake, but they're still making some type of income off of the TI, even when they're not connected, because they sold them out, sacrificed them to the TI program. Remember, they're getting checks from things that they're doing according to you in this program. Yeah. Some of you guys that don't know what's going on, go visit my YouTube channel. Start off with stage 1. We on stage 4 right now. Okay? I'll continue back again, tomorrow with stage 5. I just want you guys to get caught up, because I don't want to overload it where people get too behind. So I'm giving you opportunity to catch up, because you need to know this. You need to know your folks that put you in this program, because they already knew that you came in this lifetime to end it, to end the karmic cycle, right? So once you end the karmic cycle, they knew that, hey, in order for us to continue benefiting off of this off of her, off of him, let's just sacrifice them in the program. And then the things that we got to do according to the betraying them or doing whatever that they tell us to do in this program to them, to him or her, let's do that. Sick, I know, but this is what karmics do. I mean, you can't expect much out of them. That's what I'm saying. Some may say, how could you do that? How could somebody do that? What could you expect from a parasite that's always feeding for supply? They live off of hunting down supply. They have no emotions. They have no feelings or a conscience, what people may try to put them as. This is not the creature or the being that you trying to place them in. This is a whole parasite, a whole bug. This is a whole bug life right here. You don't place them in categories that they're not. That's how you get confused. You know what I'm saying? That's how they end up overtaking you, because you're constantly looking at them and you dealing with them as what they're not. That's what had me, because I was like, why am I dealing with this parasite like this? You know, I had to like ask myself, what's wrong with me? Because that's clearly I don't understand what I'm dealing with. So I had to go back to the drawing boards and handle them in the ways of who they is. That's why they be so eager, to destiny swap and to identity swap, because they gotta stay alive. This parasite don't have no identity. They don't have no destiny. They don't have no purpose. They don't have nothing. So they need yours to stay alive. That's why they be so eager to be around you and to do whatever it takes to, get you into trusting them so they can start this whole ordeal with you. But these are past karmics, though, is what I'm saying. Oh, no, I don't. I don't know this story. So I had to, come back and explain that to you guys, because it's sick, that you've been hunted down by these karmics, parasites. But literally, that was the case. Yeah, that was the case. And they always come in different characters every lifetime. Like, one would come in as your mother's. One would come in as, like, as you change in lifetimes, they will come in as your relatives. First, in the past life, they were like, it's sick. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I wouldn't talk too much about it, but they came in as your wife. And then this lifetime, they're your brother. And then the other lifetime, they was your wife. And then this lifetime, they come in as your sister. You know what I'm saying? This is how close they is in every lifetime. Yes, I'm telling you. This is a sick. You be like, oh my gosh, they still came in as somebody that's connected to me. Once again, this is creepy. As hard as I tried to get away last past life, they reincarnated and came in as someone even closer. This is sick. It's twisted every lifetime. But you said this the last, I'm telling you, this the last rodeo. The last rodeo. It's done. Done, like with a period at the end. There is no, we're going to start again. No, this is it. And they know it. They know it. They slowly dying off. Like, they like, dang, I guess this is it. It is. We standing 10 toes. At first you were just, a little weary. Even in the beginning of this lifetime, you allowed them to slip in a little bit. Some of you guys. Because they came in a different disguise this time. So you kind of didn't know. Especially if they came in as a relative or, someone that's in your bloodline. You was kind of like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to cut that? But you was like, man, the hell with it. I'm just going to have to cut. I'm not going through this. I'm not going through this again. This is a lesson that I'm not trying to repeat. You might have 99 ones, but this one you just can't do. All karmics got to go. They got to go. Each and last one of them. I'm doing fine. How are you doing? This is definitely an important live. And I'll be posting this whole live up, on my YouTube channel so that you guys can go back to it, because again, you might need a refresher of some other karmic may try to love bomb you and try to, say, hey, it's been a long time. How you been doing? Yeah, you want to go out and, have a coffee? It's been a long time. I haven't seen you in a while, and all of a sudden you're like, hold up, okay, tonight I'm about to go back to that live and look at that video, and go over a few points about this, because I really don't have time to be repeating this with this person. I'm talking about y'all could have moved into a neighborhood, and then your neighbor could be the person that you had you were trying to get rid of in the last lifetime. They so happens to be your neighbor. This karmic that you cut off last past life. You cut off. And all of a sudden they your neighbor. No, he don't. He does not hate you. It's just you didn't clear it. For some reason you did not clear this parasite, from your energy, from your whole existence. They still have some type of existence, and you got to ask yourself, what am I doing? You got to go back and you got to start clearing folks. I cleared so many people. It's crazy how many people I cleared. And they just think I'm just one of the biggest villains and biggest boogeyman and evil this and just everything under the sun. And I don't really give a dang. I can care less. You not coming back. There is no access, ma'am, sir. I'll say it 1,000 times. And every time you try to sneak back in to my energy, just know it's war. It's like it's going to be like a whole bra, and you're gonna be like, "Whoa, was this necessary?" Because you just not getting it. You just not getting. That's what we own. That's what we own. And we're gonna constantly be on that. With every last one of them parasites, it's just gonna be, it's gonna be just take off every single time. Because clearly you're not getting it. Stay away. No. Stay over there with the cursed folks. Over there. You ain't going around here trying to curse people with your BS. You know what I'm saying? What's this? Why are you standing too close to my car? Yeah, we're not playing. I'm just here to say, I don't play around. When I got the history of what was going on, I'm talking about the full history of how I'm breaking it down to you guys, of how they come to curse you and take everything away from you and just have your life living hell. I said, man, I'm not playing no games. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is a van. Yeah, it's like it's a van, but it's kind of like a tiny camper. Like it's like converted into like a tiny camper. Yeah, I like to travel, so I kind of I'm still doing renovations on it because this coming summer, there's a lot of traveling. So I'm still trying to do renovations, that makes it more better for me and my little dog. Yeah, we like to travel, we like to explore, we like to enjoy ourselves in this green earth, that we were put in. Okay, we ain't got time for these karmics. It's over. I'm telling you, they not gonna like you in this lifetime. And the thing was, you never was supposed to like us. That's the thing. We was never supposed to be engaging and actually entangled with a parasite. Are you crazy? We never was. It was trap after trap after trap after trap. We not doing that with y'all no more. Some of you guys, they had you bound and trapped. You living a cursed life almost all your whole entire life. You was never supposed to live like that or even go through that. But when you're attached to them, that's how your life gonna be. When you're attached to a parasite, that's exactly how you gonna live. In hell. That's how they live on a daily. That's why they be trying to seek for supply for blessed, divine individuals. So they can do that destiny swap. They can do that identity swap on you. Real quick. They do it so quick. You don't know what hit you. How quick they do it. And all you know is you gave access to this individual. That's all you know. So when you doing your examination, you know the common denominator is this individual. Because you was perfectly fine. But all of a sudden, when they came in your life, you know, your life start going crazy. You start losing. Stuff, drastic things start happening. While they, on the other hand, not too much. They doing good. Things is working out very well. What happened? They destiny swap with you. This parasite was like, oh, I'm about to hit the jackpot over here. And it left you out in the cold to deal with everything. Deal with all their baggage. And they felt nothing. They felt good about it. They didn't feel nothing of it being like, oh, I feel bad. I should never left her out there like that. I should never did that to that man. They don't care. They like the biggest. They feel as though, you know, they, you know, it's sad. You would think, oh, this person would have been alert. They let them. No, you constantly putting these parasites in the wrong bracket. They don't have a soul. They do not have a heart. They don't have conscience. They empty. You got to stop putting them in places that they're not. And they smell too. They smell like a parasite. They stink. You know, you would know when you're starving a parasite because they really start smelling. Because when they take on and do the destiny swap with you, they actually are taking on your essence. That's how they can smell better. You get what I'm saying? But when they dying off and they don't have supply, and they really smell like they're dead. I'd be like, what does that smell? Smell like a dead body. I don't know if I can say that, but I'm just saying. They took an insurance policy. Yeah, they did. They tried to because they thought that you was not going to survive this TI program. And you guys, if you guys are not knowing, you know, what a TI program is, you need to go into my YouTube channel, Sunflower Infinity, because this is what they did. They sold you out to a TI program, a targeted individual program with all, they send you through all these stages and levels, right? And they already took an insurance policy out because this program, you was not supposed to make it. The amount of levels they put you through and they changed your reality, you know, to this. It was given like Saw. Have y'all seen Saw? Like the movie Saw? That's what it was given. You know, Saw, the dude, the crazy dude with the mask, in certain sessions of traps, he knew they weren't gonna make it out. And that's how they felt about you. When you entered and they sacrificed you into this program, they just knew when they had them discussions and meetings, they knew that, oh no, you're not gonna survive that. You either gonna, you know, take yourself out, or, you know, you just gonna, you know, within this program. But if you guys don't know, I'm explaining this on my YouTube channel. You know, we at stage 4 right now. You know, I giving folks, you know, time to subscribe and catch up before I do stage 5. So, you know, if you this is the program that you're in. So it's good to, you know, get information on what you've been placed in. You know, I'm telling it all. I'm talking about raw. You know, leaving nothing out. You know, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 already posted. You know, so all you guys, I would go subscribe. And yep, that's exactly what it is. Yep, somewhat. Yep, Paula, good job. Yes, Paula is in. Yes, I didn't even see that. Yes, yep. That's exactly what it is. Because every TI, you guys on here, you guys need to know what they tried to put you in. Okay? And this is evil. These folks are definitely demons. For real. They try to create something like this, for one, and then try to sit here and watch someone go through this. Unbelievable. Straight up demons. I don't think I can say that word, but yeah, demons. really tried to break you down. You know, really was banking on that insurance policy money. And you're not probably the first family member that they done this to. It was probably many before you had went through this, and then you trying to figure out how they just passed away like that, but it's not adding up to what they said happened. It's not adding up. It's not always an overdose. It's not always somebody was addicted to this. That's like the main story. Somebody said you posted 4. Yeah, I did. Oh, you talking about on my YouTube or just on here? Because my YouTube, I talked about the TI thing. We on stage 4. We about to be on stage 5. On YouTube, yeah, I did. Yep. You gotta go through the videos, and it says it on the it says it stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. But it's not in order because I'm posting the lives on there as well. So you gotta go, you gotta kind of go through it. Because you guys are gonna get the lives, like the live replay that that we on right now. Yeah, y'all gonna get that, and you're gonna get the TI program that y'all need to know. Okay, because it's somebody who sacrificed you, an idiot, a karmic parasite, sat there and sacrificed you because they was thinking like you're not gonna survive this program, and they can make money off you in the program. But that everything failed. Because they didn't know the Most High built you differently. I know it's some folks in your family, before you, who they tried to do this to. You built different. The Most High had built you a totally different way from your family. You know what I'm saying? So folks trying to figure out who are you and other karmics are trying to figure out that's in this occult that they linked up with. They're trying to figure out who are you because things worked with your family. Like they didn't have to try this hard with your other family and and other people that they done this to. This was like an easy. But for some reason with you're not dropping. You're not dropping. Yep. They probably tried. Yep. With your younger brother, I'm pretty sure he was targeted. Yeah, I'm telling you, and if you don't know about, again, the stages, because again, I'm telling y'all through this TI program, y'all need to know these stages that they put you through. So when you see another family member going through this, you can always go back to the stages. So you could identify what they're going through. Because a lot of people, they scared to talk about this. A lot of people that was placed in this program, they're scared to talk about, the things that's happening to them. So they isolate themselves because they don't want to seem like they're crazy. Like they don't want nobody to judge them and make them, seem like they're mentally ill. So they'll isolate themselves. But that's the worst thing you can do, when you're going through this program. You don't want to isolate yourself. You really don't. That's just gonna make it even worse. That's gonna cause a depression, upon you, and it's going to make you feel as though this is it. Like this is it. Yeah, we definitely build differently. But again, you voice your opinion. Like when you voice what you're going through. When you're going through something, you don't want to isolate and try to hide out and try to take it. No, that's when they can overtake you in this program like that. What you do is you voice what's going on with you. They doing this. They, expose what's going on. Ma'am, sir. Don't be quiet. Don't be trying to act as if, if I just, don't say nothing, they gonna stop bothering me. You've been sacrificed to this targeted program. They're going to keep this up, and matter of fact, they're going to intensify on you. They're going to hype it up too. You know what I'm saying? If you don't fight back, they're going to hype it up. They're going to overtake it. They're going to take it to a level of really, trying to get you up out of here. Ma'am, sir. Don't think twice about you thinking like, oh, I can just ignore it and I can go about my way. No. Don't ever move like that. Yeah, they would the very first thing they would try to get all your people around you to betray you, so that you will feel isolated. You will feel like, you ain't got nobody, and you just gonna have to take this abuse that what they doing to you. This is what this is exactly what this whole thing's about. They're trying to get you to the point where you feel alone, so that you could be an easy target. Your self of esteem and the way you feel about yourself is getting littler and littler and littler and littler. When they crush you, when they feel like you just crushable, that's when they gonna intensify on you. You would think that they'll leave you alone at you just at a bad low point in your life. No, they're gonna keep that thing going, and they're gonna intensify, like I said. You said you're struggling with this with your mom. Yeah, they're gonna constantly keep using the people around you. In this program, you really don't want to be around, especially your people. Nah. This program, they could hack your people around you. I wouldn't take it personal and be like, oh, why could your people are getting hacked. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal like they hate you. They're being hacked. They don't really feel that way about you. They don't want to, they don't, what can I say? How do I say this? They're innocent, okay? There's a lot of innocent people that are being hacked to do certain things around you to get you to react, so that they can put you into this prison, or they can put you in some crazy home, okay? But folks is getting hacked. They're innocent. Even the people. That's why I don't even really like being around my people, because I feel as though I'm a part of them getting hacked, because I was made to be a target. So just by me being around them, they're gonna try to access them and try to get through me. So that's why I was feeling like, man, I don't even really want to be around my people, man. Like, I don't want them being within the crossfire of I didn't even really like even getting a pet, because they could try to tap into your pet and have your pet, doing some weird stuff, going crazy, against you. Yeah, hitman. You had a bunch of hitmen in your life. It wasn't just one or two. You had a lot of hitmen. Basically, everybody you came in contact with was basically a hitman. It's either they came in to try to frame you, or they came in, to try to take you out, try to poison you, keep you on some type of sleeping pills, all types of stuff. It's sick. But I go over this on my YouTube channel, Sunflower Infinity. Because we're gonna start getting more. I want you guys to know the basics of 1, 2, and 3, and 4, because we're gonna start getting into depths of, more detailed of what took place, with people that you came in contact with, and it could trigger some of you guys. But I'm gonna need you guys to heal yourselves before we start getting to stage 5, because you guys it's gonna take you guys back to the times where they may have took advantage of you when you were unconscious, because they may have set you up with people, set you up maybe with a wife, maybe with a so-called husband, or around people. I'm telling you. Oh, good job. I'm gonna wait until you get caught up, with the rest, with the stages, and then we'll get in depth. Number 5, I'm gonna wait until tomorrow, because that's when I start getting more. It may be a longer video. It may be like a good 20 minutes, because I'm gonna be touching details, exposing details of what actually took place when you were a target individual. Okay? Because people did some sick stuff, to set you up, but you overcame it. Where it's not something that, it's one of them moments like we supposed to be crying. No, you overcame all that. Okay? This is victory, but we gotta expose, what they tried to do. We gotta expose it. Because if they may try to play that same game with somebody else, who don't know what's going on. Just think that they living their life as free will, not knowing that somebody's orchestrating all their steps and who come in and who come out, trying to plot against them. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You just don't know how many people, that they took out, before you. Like actually what took place within your, not just your family, but with cases all around the world. Because this is happening all throughout around the world in different countries and different states and different, overseas. They playing this game, this targeted game, TI game everywhere. And you don't understand that you've been in this program ever since, you was a child. They placed you in this program. Ever since you was a child. This not just happening, within your time of you growing up. They've been targeting you ever since you were a child. Oh, no. No, witchcraft, witches and warlocks been here since centuries, decades ago. But a lot of them have been offed because, the Most High, he was offing them. He said, he doesn't pronounce a witch to live. It's stated in the Bible. That's why it's so easy for you to drop witches and warlocks because, the Most High does not play with them. He back then, if they was caught, doing witch activity, they off with their, yeah. If somebody caught and they told and said, oh no, I caught a, witch and did it off with their, and it's still the same thing. You just have to speak it. If you know spiritual laws, you speak that. When you go out to spiritual warfare, this is what I be talking about, y'all. When you go out to spiritual warfare, we're stating what the Most High said, according to these witches and these warlocks. They're breaking the law. And there's consequences for breaking the law. You can't just do witchcraft on people. That's against the law. You cannot just sit here and do witchcraft on people. Yeah, you guys had witches in your family. Like you guys had some so-called high-rank witches, in your family that was doing working in cults and things, in covenants. A lot of you guys even seen some of y'all family members in those secret sororities. Yeah, them sororities, and you go to their house and they got all these sororities, if I'm saying it right, stuff all up on their wall. That's a covenant. That's a covenant to one of them secret societies that they were in. Yeah, aunt. Yeah, I had a aunt. I had a cousin. Man, it's crazy. One of the cousins not even here. They end up doing witchcraft, I believe, because I can read through the lines. They end up doing witchcraft on her, and she ended up getting an illness, and she passed away. Because I believe her husband sacrificed her though. Because right after she passed, he came up. So, can't trust it. That's why we refuse to be in secret societies and all that stuff, because It's all evil. It's all about greed, and it's a bunch of folks that's evil. Just turning on each other and betraying one another. They're definitely in churches. Y'all heard about that man, Pastor McNugget, that they posted all throughout on TikTok? I just ran into that last night because I don't know what it was, but the Most High told me to click on one lady who was I guess she had the background of the dude and the little boy, and his eyebrows was plucked or whatever, and he had another brother who they all eyebrows was plucked, and I was trying to figure out why, because I didn't even really know the back end story of what happened. So I'm just looking at the background of the picture, and I knew something was going on, that them boys were getting groomed by that pastor. And the woman was a witch who basically sacrificed her 2 sons to this pastor. Y'all following me? And they part of the covenant. They part of the occult. And she sacrificed her 2 sons to this pastor to gain something. To gain something that they probably promised her, but they wanted her 2 boys. And she gave it up to the pastor, the pedophile. And there's nothing shocking that went on that shocked her. Because remember, she sacrificed. She knew exactly. Because have y'all seen throughout the video, she was just sitting there so calm, like, while the boy was just sitting there all damaged, all messed up, all in trauma, just gone. Because of everything that he went through. Soul just taken by this old parasitic so-called, I don't even want to say pastor. That's a disgrace. They got the nerve to call him a pastor. But this is what goes on. They're trying to tell you in clear daylight that the churches is not what you think of. It's ran by an organization, which I've been saying for the longest. A cult organization. They tell you it's not in secret. This stuff was never in secret. There was ordeals that was done in the churches through the pastor, so-called. They would have to go through the pastor if they wanted to move up or anything. And if the pastor, they love boys. They love little boys. So they wanted to take the souls of the little boys. They do that to the girls too. But if you really wanted something that maybe wanted you to go up, they wanted to take the manhood from the little boys. They wanted to turn your boy into a woman. Look at the picture. Took the little boy to both of her sons to go get their eyebrows plucked. Was in the bed, with the boy, and he had his underwear on. He up there just holding him down. He going to school with bruises on his body, scratches, bruises. And he finally came out and spoke his truth. And I don't know what they did to the boy, but for some reason, he was back on camera apologizing. The apology didn't even sound genuine. It sounded as though he was forced to do that over his will. And while his mother sat there, she not saying nothing because she already made an ordeal with this parasite. She already gave the ordeal. The deal was set. The contract was set about giving up her 2 boys. So she can't say nothing. She's a demon. So she's in joy of this. This makes her day. remember, the lady don't even live with the so-called pastor. She drops her boys off while she live in a different home. Then they try to say that this was they uncle. At one video, it was said that this was supposed to be this is his nephew. That they trying to help. We knew that was initiation. We knew that was a sacrifice. Hey. Like what y'all folks, they be thinking that we dumb, we clueless. It's already been exposed what exchanges and dirty offers go on. They literally tried to, she really sold out her so I guess if it's not her boys, her nephews, sacrificed them for whatever gain so that they would lose their manhood and they would be transitioned into a female or maybe a train. What do you call it, y'all? I don't even know what type of transition males go through, you know, from a man to a woman. Because I see a lot of those out. Transsexuals. I don't know. I'm confused. I've been confused. But this is what they trying to get this younger boy, because he looked like he about 11. They said he's 17. Do not look 17. And you know they're going to lie about his age because they already have stripped his identity. Y'all, we know about that. Yeah, transgender, excuse me. Yes, it's a lot of them trying to manifest a lot of transgenders in this reality, in this world. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm confused. And then when I look at them, I gotta like really glance at them to see who they is. Because, excuse me, but I appreciate the ones who tell people like, no, I'm a transgender. You know, I appreciate them who tell people that, because a lot of them, they won't even tell you that they are. And then other people will have to, you know, they will be trapped with, why didn't you say something? Because they went to surgery and took this off, removed this and took that and all type. This is spooky, y'all. And they trying to start younger children of doing this. So you know this is agenda. Because if you look at some of the celebrities and their children, they're all transgender. They're all transgender. I don't care what nobody say. And if they're not, they're in the process of being so. Because I believe that's part of the oath. Get what I'm saying? That they have to, you know, transform their child into being a transgender. It's part of the you know, it's part of the oath. You have no choice. If you have a daughter, she's going to be a man. And if you have a son, oh, he's going to be a woman. Period. Yeah, invert. Yep. Invert. Yep. Definitely. They're definitely. And if you look closely, you will see that a lot of the women, they are men. You will see that. And it's sad. But they were forced to do it though. Yep. Because think about it. These are parasites. So they like to see what they want to see. You know, what makes them, you know, whatever. So they like these creations like this. I don't know what's the point of doing. I guess it's all into deceiving somebody. I think it's really a big, it's like a big, it's like, you definitely mock God, the Most High, but it's also in trying to deceive the humanity. Cause all you thinking is, oh yeah, that's a beautiful woman, and you don't understand that you're talking about that's a beautiful man. Cause that's a man, sir. Why you talking about, oh, that's a beautiful, you're not deceiving that you are commenting a man. So they keep keying, they love that. Cause you just are, you not, it's deeper. Yeah, it's sick. You know what I'm saying? They all about evilness, but definitely trickery. They want to see you tricked. They want to see you fall into a trap, and they want to key about it. Cause just think about all the women that's an invert. There's Beyonce, there's Sierra, there's well, the lady Kim Kardashians, all the Kardashians, those are men. They're inverts. You know what I'm saying? You thinking like, the Kardashians, it was just they dad was, they changed it to a woman. No, they all are. You get what I'm saying? It's just the makeup and the surgeries, but folks are actually on here breaking it down to you seeing them of how they did it. Okay? What's the other girl? Tiana Taylor. Okay? Them big old broad shoulders. Even what's the two tennis players? So what's her name? Selena, Venus, and Serena. Okay, those are men. Okay, I believe you guys already know that. Even P Diddy, his twin sons that they try to invert into being the twin so-called twin daughters. Those were his sons, but he inverted them into being girls. But he had sons. And just like D Wade with his son. And what's the other basketball player? Yeah, Willow. Yeah, definitely Will Smith. Even all his sons they got inverted. It's sad. Every last one of them, to be honest with you. I did run across one that was not in the spotlight or whatever. I didn't run across one that was not transformed into like an invert. Jada, Jada had to. Will Smith, they had to, because they already changed roles. Jada ended up being a man, and then Will Smith ended up being a woman. They already had changed roles, so they had to change their child too. It's not just their children changing; they had to change roles as well. So if you're seeing two couples that are in the spotlight, just switch it. Just automatically switch it. I don't care who look like a woman. Switch it. I don't care who look like a man. Switch it. Don't be up there admiring them. You don't know who you admiring. Yeah, so that they would want to do it too. But that they will, and they'll actually be used to seeing it as it being normal. Like, oh, this is okay. So when you start seeing it out like on a daily basis, or if your child go to school and they got a teacher that's an invert, it won't be no big deal. So that's what they're trying to program you into this. But nobody ain't accepting this. This is not normal. Don't be coming over here with that. Don't go around here teaching children that. Don't do that. Do not do that. Stick, have that, in y'all cult or whatever. But don't bring that over here. If that's what y'all want to do in y'all cult, in your organization, go right ahead. Ain't nobody stopping you. But don't come over here trying to program people to that. That's when you're crossing the line. Because again, they can do whatever they want to do in their organization. That's fine and dandy. Doesn't nobody give a dang. But when you coming over here and you try to brainwash children, you try to brainwash humanity into that, okay, now Houston, we got a problem. Don't come over here. Because then we going to have to get in y'all head. And y'all not going to like it. They already don't like us telling the truth as it is. It's going to be even worse. Y'all gonna really feel some type of way. Because then they're gonna be trying to put it all, go heavy on your kid. It's crazy. Do what y'all do in those organizations. We don't give a dang. But don't be trying to, put it as that's how the world's supposed to be. They gonna make it seem as though, the ones that's not that, something going on with you. Why you ain't an invert? You gonna go down the street, people gonna be asking you, so you not an invert? You actually is a woman, you actually is, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, come on now. Stop playing. This is not what it is. We're not coming down to that. Keep that in y'all covenant, in y'all group. Because I just seen a woman on a woman that was a woman that was born a woman, and for some reason she wanted to be a transgender, and the way that this result came out of, I'm like, why would you do that? Like, I'm not trying to bash. I'm really not. I'm not trying to bash nobody who, choose whatever, however they want. I'm just saying, like, it's the reason why the Most High, He made creations be how it is, because it's a beautiful of a look, as it being like, this is, you appreciate this look, right? But when they're trying to transform and look like, them, and then put with something else, that's looking like monsters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confused. This is not good. I'm trying not to I am trying not to laugh. But let God be the creator. Let the Most High be the Most High. What are you doing? Like, you not know you gotta look like that until you R.I.P. It's very not natural. It makes to me like cringe. Like, stuff, it doesn't look right. I'm telling you, it doesn't. You looking like something that's now that's in spaceships for real. It's not good. That don't look good. It doesn't look good at all. You got a man, okay? You a man. You trying to transvert yourself into a woman. Okay, what about your shoulders, bro? Your shoulders are still up here. Okay, you got big arms. Your arms are still muscular and big. Okay, like, when you wear a dress, do you understand how the thing gonna be? You still got an Adam's apple. What you gonna do with your Adam's apple? Your Adam's apple's all the way out here. Are you trying to put a turtleneck on, but we can still see it? Certain things, even if you invert, you still look like who you actually is. They still, you like, oh no, I'm a woman, but you clearly look like a man still. It don't matter how much hormones you take, you still are orchestrated like you're a man. It's crazy. And then even the woman who be trying to invert them into being, a man, you still have feminine ways. Even if they put on, baggy clothes and, try to take those, hormone pills to try to, stop things from growing and all this, you still look like a female. You don't look like a man. Thank you, Royo. I mean, it has to be talked about because they doing too much. This devil is really doing too much, really, because everything that he's trying to do is backfiring. He's not succeeding at that. If he's trying to be the Most High, he's not succeeding at that. He's failing horribly. Everything that he do is failing. It's like you would learn to stop a long time ago. But he's still trying and embarrassing himself. It's crazy, you guys. It is, whoa. It's sick. It really is. I see it every day. I be like, I'm talking about they trying to make it where these inverts go into, that they inverted, they could go into the same restroom as a woman, and the same with vice versa. If this so-called woman got inverted and being a man, she can go and use the restroom in the man's restroom. Are you serious? Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Because you don't understand what reaction you would get from me if I seen an invert man in the same restroom that I'm about to go use it at. It's not gonna be good. It's not. It will not be good. Exposure would be on a high level, and I'll make it clear, because there's little girls coming up in this bathroom, okay, and they don't need to see no grown invert, he, she, or whoever coming up in here, pulling down, or you sitting down. We don't give a dang. You don't belong in here, sir. This does not be good. You know, that's why I really do feel like the enemy, he's full of chaos. I'm serious. I'm telling you, I ain't got time. I don't have time for this stupidity in this world, for real. I don't think it's designed for me. I really don't. Like when he said that I'm preparing you for the days to come, it ain't gonna be at, it is not at prepared. Prepared? We'll never be prepared for this. Like, what? You gonna have to take us up at the top, you know? You gonna have to just take some of us, just remove some of us. Because we're not gonna be able to deal with this. I'm just here to say, it's already getting man, it's despicable. I mean, it's like a disgrace. You attacking kids now, trying to force them into this stuff. You could tell they face. They feel they look like they just, it's just trauma. And they just in the middle of it. They in the middle of a whole basket case. Because some of them kids, they born into the cult. And I know a lot of you guys was too. A lot of you guys on here, y'all was born into a cult. It just, you separated yourself. You weren't going for none of that. You separate you said, nah, I might have to be out here in the cold. Oh well. I ain't part of none of that. I cancel me out. I'll figure it out. I don't know. I'm at to figure it out. But I'm not taking part of that. Because they try to put fear in you. Well, if you don't want to participate or be a part of it, we're going to have to cancel you out of the family. We're going to have to what do you call that when they try to cut you up out of the family? It's called something. I forgot what it called you. I forgot what it's called, because in certain organizations, shun. I guess it's called shun. They'll shun you out of the family. That's fine. That's even better. Yeah, disown. Exactly. Yeah, they'll try to disown you for sure. Because it's like, you should be, honored to be a part of this and to participate in this. No, I'm ashamed. That's why I'm going to walk over here and act as if this is non-existence. That's what I'm going to act like. Think somebody going to be a candidate for this. This is crazy. Y'all see how they got their kids up there? Them kids look so just broken. There's like, you can't even see a soul in their eye no more. The souls is just done. Exactly. Oh, stand 10 toes. Always. Always. And we'll still overcome. And we'll still overcome and we'll still make it. Still overcome and still make it. Bet you will. I bet you won't be a part of that. That would never be. I'm saying this with my whole chest. I would deny this 1,000,000 times. Trying to get me up out of my natural use. Are you crazy? So basically you saying that there's something that needs to be done according to the creation that was already made. No, he said you good. When he made every last one of us, he said that's good. I'm sticking to that. I ain't adding nothing. I ain't doing nothing. See, people be selling out when you allow this devil to get you up out of the natural use of how the Most High created you. You supposed to be walking 10 toes in how he created you. Why are you even allowing someone to talk down on you to try to get you to believe you need to be changed into this? And we're doing this agenda. And now we're doing this. We don't care what you're doing. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Now you're seeing all these, just look, these creations around here just looking scary. Sometimes I'll be having to put my dark shades on because some folks just be looking so, oh my, it's scary. A man, that's just a shapeshifter. Really believe that he's a woman, but he looked like a military sergeant. Huh? They're approaching you like he one of you. Sir. I know we ain't confused here, but you a sir. I'm talking about a actual sergeant, sir. I'm not with this. I'm letting it be known. I'm probably gonna be, hey, I don't know, but they gonna have a hard time trying to shift this in this planet because my energy is not there. It would never be. It would never be. The planet would never be shifted into this fully. It is not there. Whole different. No, ma'am. The devil is a liar. 1,000,000 times. I'm gonna stand 10 toes to the end on that. And I pray I don't see one of them things up in there and, in the restrooms or, I pray to God. I really do. This is not acceptable at all. Yeah, like, it's crazy that we got to witness this. And they trying to play this as if it's normal. God, the sports people that, they know that people was looking up to start becoming inverts. I'm talking about a lot of people that folks look at as being leaders. They're trying to use them, to look a certain way to get people to think like, oh, if he's doing it, if she's doing it, it's not so bad. And these are what people look up to. So, it's a whole spiritual warfare going on, playing on your mental. And like I say, the Most High, he told us to stay true to his word, and raise your children up in the ways of him. So, it won't be no confusion. You got to raise your children up in the ways of the Most High. Because they will try to convert your children. Just like they trying to go hard to convert you, they would try to convert your children. But I say once again, the devil is a lie. And as I'm ending it, this video, because the charger, I don't know where my charger is, but I would say this. When you women and you men are out there, understand that this is taking place. So be on your guard. You know? Don't just be up here just looking at things, without discerning it. You got to examine, what is this? Because like I say, a lot of people are walking around, as inverts. And you got to teach your teenage children this too. Or younger adult children this as well. That this is going on. Folks is walking around as this. So you need to be checking. You need to be investigating. Because this is going on. And they not going to tell you. They just going to, they making it out to be you should already know. They're not going to tell you nothing. So you just so happens to mess with an invert man, but you thought that was a woman, they going to think that's on you. Because they thought you knew. And vice versa. So stay in discernment. Stay in discernment. And always test and examine everything down here. Because everything down here has been tampered with. For real. It's been tampered with. It ain't the same. Oh, this is good. Examine it. You don't know what that thing is now. Everything has been tampered with. Everything has been taken out of their natural use. You not, but you got to examine things that, you come across because you just don't know. Don't just look at it as being that's what it is. You don't know what that is. He really tried it. This demon, he really tried it. Going around here trying to curse and trying to poison everything. Trying to transform everything that was already good. Sick. It's real sick, okay? But I do have to say, those who needs to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Sunflower Infinity. You would get on a lot of information, a part of the TI program, and you will also get the lives. Every live that we are interacting in, we do every day, it will be posted on there as well. Okay? But you do need to know about that TI program because that's what these folks had sacrificed you in because you didn't want to be a part of in no organization. You didn't want to be a part of no agendas. You didn't want to be a part of nothing that they needed you to be a part of for this new existing world that they trying to come up with. They need people to participate and you just not the one. So they put you in this program. Okay? Now, I'm going to go more in depth on stage 5. We at stage 4. Okay? I'm just going to wait till a couple people catch up and then we're going to get in depth on what actually happened to you in the program. I'm talking about when you were set up. Okay? Because I know a lot of you guys, you got bamboozled. You trust people that you weren't supposed to trust. They had slipped something in your drink. Had you went to sleep. And things start happening. So we're going to talk about these things on stage 5. But again, get that information. Okay? And remember that information because you're going to need that same information when you are tapped into stage 5. Okay? So you guys stay fearfully and you guys stay wonderfully made, okay? Thank you for, tapping in and just participating in this live. And we discussing once again on some real stuff because it just is dope to me to just understand that there is still real people out here. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High, he's a good God, because He's letting you know that, man, there's still your people, your kind still out there. Okay? I had to split y'all up because I knew that this world was about to be fake. So we needed some real people in certain areas. So y'all had to be distant, but, I'm going to let y'all interact with one another. So y'all can get in some stuff. Y'all can expose some stuff and y'all can, connect back together again. So this is good. I like this. You know, that's why I always try to show up, you know, for the live, you know, so everybody can, you know, connect with each other, you know, in this, you know, this world that, you know, is a little bit riffy. It's a little bit shaky, you know, but with us still standing 10 toes, you know, it ain't gonna get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? As long as we here, yeah, ma'am, sorry, we're gonna bring it back together. Long as we here, they ain't gonna have no chance. You know what I'm saying? They know that. If they can't convert us and they can't change us, I mean, it's that they can't, they're not gonna be able to get that far. Okay? But let me let you guys go. Stay fearfully, and you guys stay wonderfully made.